Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Come on, set. 15 on it. 15 on it. Check back 15. You remember me?
They'll run on first down. Bryson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing on second and 8. Gregory. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On second down, Bryson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Gregory. Throw left side complete. That's Vaughn. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
First down, 49ers.
And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
I can't believe they even let you play.
From the 16, Gregory. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Griffith. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey, pick your game up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Throwing is Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, easy. Touch.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
4 down. 198. Watch 98. 198. Check. 198.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And now look at him go. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 23 yards the pickup there.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
14. 4 down.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Don't let it breathe. Play it
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. Oh, look at that. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On first down, Gregory. He's going to launch this thing way down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Bryson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Gregory. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward. Back towards the
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Gregory throwing the out route incomplete. That's Vaughn. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
What?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They go play action now. Wilson going for Metcalf, and Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Anthony Averett picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big pickup of 38. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Marr on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Took right. 198. Watch 98.
Play action. Now Wilson. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
0.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
Play action. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
198, watch 98, 98's mine.
Here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run on 1st down. Bryson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gregory. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that side.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, but now it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Strip that ball. Whip. Hold tight.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bryson, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now this throw caught left side. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Come on, let's go. Check 99. Check 99. 81.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Gregory going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way that he made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Man open, it's Goodwin. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Gregory. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. The kick by Marr is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And some space here. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 32.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. They'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now down to 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Four down.
Situation, let's go. Go, Mike 51.
Here's Wilson. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Wilson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gregory, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On 1st down, Griffith. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 29, Wilson, now a desperation throw deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Bryson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division.